I got a massage today, and she's like, I've never seen anything like this, and I'm like, that's not what I want to hear. So. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. All right. John Peckman Podcast, Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance, beautiful downtown Portland, Connecticut. Come over the bridge. Go through one set of lights. Pull a U. Park in front of the music store with the red neon light. We have music lessons here. We have vinyl. We have a beautiful podcast studio that you could do your show that you're thinking about. You could stop thinking and start doing it. We are here with ArleneWow.
Hey, John. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
Arlene's around. We've crossed paths now and again, and it's happening again right now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Arlene, I don't want to say been around a while because that doesn't sound exactly right, but
I have, yeah.
But you have. Okay, so
yeah.
I can say that. All right. So guitar player primarily, right?
Guitar, bass, keys. In the very beginning, it was whatever the band kind of needed. So that's where I fell in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mostly doing a solo act now. Is that true? Mostly. Okay.
Yeah. In 2006, I just went solo. I had a career of in the medical field. I was an X-ray tech.
Oh wow.
And I had enough, you know. I had always played music along with that in bands and everything like that. And then
and you said I'm making way too much money.
Yeah, I really want to feel like a musician.
Yeah.
You know? I want nothing. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I worked a lot. I worked 4 or 5 nights a week at that time. Yeah. So I made do. It wasn't still as much, but doing the solo thing is it's much more lucrative that way.
Right. Yeah. It's just you. Mm-hmm. I hear that. You ever just for old time's sake get in an argument with yourself?
Every day.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that is true.
Every day.
Who wins? That's what I want.
Yeah, I'm still wondering about that myself.
Yeah, totally. So acoustic, more or less?
Yeah.
Kinda?
Yeah.
As a solo thing.
As a solo thing. I play this little guitar. It's actually kind of an electric guitar, but it's very small, compact, and I can rock out, and I don't need to bring a big guitar or anything like that. So I just bought it on a whim. And it turned out that it sounds pretty good, and it works for me. So
nice.
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about some of your gigs coming up? We'll get that.
All right. Well, I will be at High 9, the brewery in Deep River on the 7th of June.
Okay, that's coming up.
Yep. On the 8th, I'll be at Little Goose in Fairfield.
Sure.
And that's a brunch, so that's early.
Oh, boy.
And, I'm in the corner. They keep baby in the corner. Yep. And but it's great. The food, the people is an amazing place to play. And then I got, I don't have my glasses on. I got Michael's Trattoria.
Oh, yeah.
In Wallingford.
My hometown.
Yeah, on the 12th.
Cool.
And then Casamania on the 13th here in Middletown. It's a great Mexican restaurant, and he just loves me, so I just play the tunes.
It's in Middletown?
Yeah, it's on Rapallo Ave, or Rapallo 50. That's right off of Main Street.
Oh, nice.
Right before you get on the Aragoni Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I've never been there.
Yeah, the food's really good, and the owner is spectacular. So
cool.
On the 15th of June, I'm at the Rusty Rail from 1 to 4.
Where's that?
That's in Deep River as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And all of these are on my website as well. So the 22nd of June, I'm back at Little Goose. I do a rotation there. And then Casamania on the 27th from 6 to 9. So that's the month of June.
Wow.
And I get things like last minute and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm always
They're like,
open.
we need entertaining right now. We need the hotline.
Yeah.
Need to get it together. Yeah.
Gotta.
That's killer. Are you busier in the summer generally or whatever?
It's bizarre the way it kind of happens. Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. Sometimes I got a lot. Sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, and it's open. But then within a few weeks, it fills up because people call and I do private parties and I do weddings and I also do the little assisted living kind of thing too. And I play the oldies.
Yeah.
And what's funny is the residents will ask me for songs that I would never even think that they would want. That I can use, like, for my regular show. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, maybe the the old folks are younger than we imagine them to be.
Oh my God, I don't know. Let's not think about that. Yeah, John.
What's the wackiest request that you were like, yo, what?
Yeah, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, which kind of makes sense, but
oh boy, oh man, were they being funny?
Love it. No, that's funny. They wanted it,
Sure. So you're like, great, I'll add that to the add that to the
it's
list.
Totally a big one. It's a big hit, so I enjoy doing it.
That's cool. That's funny. So yeah, then you just add to your overall list.
Always. In fact, I'm working on somebody's. It's not a wedding. It's like, what do you call that? Like renewal of vows.
Yeah, sure.
I'm committing again.
Yeah, sure.
I'm committed.
Yeah, no, I got married twice.
So to the same person?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Continually.
Okay.
So I know.
So, she wanted specific songs and whatever, and then you end up, the ones that you really like and what have you, you're gonna keep it. So I still use books.
Yep.
So my books are just bigger and bigger and falling off the mic stand, the stand and stuff.
So not big. An iPad gig.
No. Yeah. I'm a paper book kind of person right now, but I can see the value in it for sure.
Sure.
I just haven't made the commitment yet.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I don't know. I shouldn't feel this way. I really shouldn't, but I kind of, because I'm old, I hate to say this, but when I see the iPad up, I don't want to see anybody doing this. And especially, with
scrolling.
I don't want to see this.
Mm-hmm.
That, I don't want to see a human going like that.
Yeah, right.
Ever.
Especially when music is so organic. It's paper based. It's analog. Well, it should be anyway. But now it's all digital stuff.
Oh well. And, I suppose that's a good. It is good if you need to, if you're doing multiple. Like you said, I could see the benefits of it, but I can't quite bring myself either.
Yeah. Well, people play with a lot of different people and stuff. It's good for them to have that. So,
Sure.
But I'm my own boss, so I use books right now.
Right, that's fine, as long as it works. If it works for you, it works. Totally.
Yeah, it works for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. How did it all begin musically for you?
Mm-hmm. It all began with a little plastic guitar on the beach that I got for Christmas or something, or as a gift, and all the strings were all broken off of it, but I would go around and act like I was giving a performance, and I would go to neighbors' homes, and they would have me sing. I don't even know what I was doing, but they were amused by it all. So my mom was really, I was going to say instrumental, but yes, in bringing music into the home. So she had my brother start out on accordion, which was like, he's like, okay.
Where'd
I'm almost
you grow
12 now. Wallingford.
Oh, yeah. Oh, me too.
Yeah. See, there
funny.
we are. That's
funny.
hey, kindred spirits.
Moses, why?
Yeah. Parker Farms.
And then Highland. Yeah.
I went, over. Oh, then Highland. So you were on my side.
Yeah, right?
Sheehan. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Good people. Good people.
Yep.
Don't worry about the chemical factory.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
We're good, though.
Yeah. No, we're good. Yeah.
So.
Shout out to the mayor. I'm trying to get Vinny on here someday. It'd be hilarious. That would be funny.
That would be.
That'd be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, growing up in Wallingford, the mean streets.
Growing up in Wallingford, it was a great place to grow up. good people.
Yeah.
And so my mom had my brother starting on accordion, like I said, but he was starting to get to be like 12 or whatever. So he was ditching this thing, you know.
Sure.
It's like the girls don't like that, you know,
Right.
really that much, unless you're really good at it, you know.
Yeah.
Which,
but you don't want those girls.
Yeah.
Those are not the girls that you want.
All right.
You know.
Right. Not to maybe much older, maybe, or maybe not even then.
Yeah, I don't know.
So then he picked up guitar. He started playing guitar, and he showed me a few chords. Later on, bought me a bass so we could kind of play together and stuff, which we didn't do very much. But he really got me playing the guitar, and until I got to the F chord, which was the bar chord, and I'm like, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. It's too hard for me, you know. But my hands were smaller. I was 5 years younger than he was, so.
Gotcha.
A couple of years afterwards, I picked the guitar up. I started playing. I'm like, I can do that, you know. And so then, boom, I got into it big time, and always had the little recorders. I would record my own stuff, write my own music. So I started actually on piano when I was about 5 or 6, and I didn't learn any lessons. I just did my own thing.
Yeah.
And my mother thought I was learning something because I was actually playing something. I don't,
Right.
You
They
know?
don't know the difference.
No. I guess it sounded good.
That's good, though. I mean, that's kind of cool. Yeah. A lot of people don't write music, but you had the idea to make your own music.
Oh, yeah. The first
awesome.
song was a heavy metal tune on piano. So go figure.
Oh, hey.
You know?
That's cool.
So
you started a new genre of your own. That's
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, I never made much sense, but it's okay.
It doesn't need to make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Especially not in Wallingford.
No.
Nothing needs to make sense.
No.
And so there you are. Now your hands are finally big enough to make an F and beyond. What's beyond F? I don't play guitar. So.
Everything else. Everything else, because...
So once you get past that, that's when
it's the bar chord, you know. And then the bar chord, you got to put your finger all the way across the frets, and then you use your other fingers to complete the chord.
Gotcha.
And once you got that, like, that's
so
it.
You got to have the big.
It goes all the way across, and just the that your fingers are big enough, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
But you know. I see some of these kids playing, they're shredding,
you
know, and their hands are like tiny, and they're like, and I'm like, okay, I have
But are they playing an
no
F
excuse.
chord, though?
No, I didn't see them do that.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
think
imagine that. You're like, oh, you think you're, a big deal? You can shred? You show me an F chord.
That's
and
right.
It all comes tumbling down. Yeah. That's cool. That's funny. You imagine. Who was, when you were like writing music, doing your own thing, did you have anybody in mind? Like, was there someone that was inspirational, an artist or whatever, that you were thinking about? Or
well, there were many. I don't know if you remember back in the day, the Caldors.
Oh yeah,
Caldors had
where Coles is now,
right
up on the hill.
It had an incredible album.
They did.
Selection.
Yeah. Yep.
And my brother worked for the housewares department.
Okay.
When he first got job, he was there. You know?
Yeah.
So here I was. He was like 16, so I was like 11, and he's bringing home like anything from Aerosmith to Frank Zappa, everything in between.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
No, he wasn't into disco or any of that or pop. He was like rock. So I got everything in there, and he would let me play his records, you know, because sometimes they're like, don't touch that, you know, whatever. Sure. But he always let me play the records. So there were so many influences, so much to learn from. And, you know, Steven Tyler singing, you know, Dream On and all of that. Wow, you know, it just blew my mind. And, and Heart and, you know, just so many different incredible artists that, yeah, there was a lot. So in my development, as far as listening, I had a plethora. Yeah. And then my parents were Cuban.
Oh, okay.
So I listened to all the Spanish stuff.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So
whole different thing.
They would play all like different, not actually like Cuban music, but just Spanish, all different kinds, all different types. And so my brother would pop on Santana on the top, so that my mother wouldn't really notice that we were listening to some really, heavy duty stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
It was funny. Every Sunday we would do that. So.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, I do. Yeah, you made me remember. I do remember. Yeah, Caldors, they used to have their music section was good.
It was great.
Yeah, and it was kind of like this is how old we are. No offense, I'm old too. But the people that worked there actually kind of maybe even knew a little about music, kind of. And I remember going to, like, they had a person who worked in that department and ordering singles by number. Remember they had behind the bins, and you would look at the top 40 and go, I want number 6. Okay. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I totally remember that.
Yeah.
Buying singles at Caldors. That was a good music spot.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
And I mean, I'm really happy that vinyl is still so important to people to have.
Yeah.
That it's just something to hold on to. You can look at the cover and like just dream, what are these guys doing?
Right.
What do they look like?
Right.
All of that,
Yeah.
It's just as good as a cereal box, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? For music.
Yeah, no, it is definitely interesting. I work with kids. I'm always trying to figure that out because the youngsters like it, but it's not like to us. Like, I kind of got back into vinyl because it was like, oh, it's sentimental. Like, we remember how it used to be, but they don't know how it used to be. But you're right. There's something valid about ownership, even though, again, old timers like us want to think, oh, they don't care. Like, they just stream it and then it's gone forever from their mind. But not always, not really, kind of, if you know what I mean. Like, because I ask my kids sometimes, I'll just kind of interview them about it. It's like some things are like that, but some things you want to own. There's something about having it, and then you put it somewhere, and it's kind of special to you.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not everything, but they do buy the vinyl. It's weird.
No, I still have plenty of vinyl.
Yeah, I do too. It's crazy.
Yeah, and now I'm not sure how the process is, but it's probably all recorded digitally and then put on the vinyl. So it's no longer the warmth of the way it used to be.
Yeah. I don't want to bust their bubble and tell them they're just getting a digital file busted.
Well, I just did it. If they listen to this, it's all over.
They're not. They're not. Oh. Yeah, I try to collect the original stuff, obviously. Old stuff, whatever.
Sure.
Because it was made to, that's how it was made to be heard. Like, I have a 1958 stereo that I got
nice.
kind of redone. And it's like, when you listen to things kind of from that era, there's something special about that, because you're like, this record was made to be heard in this format. And there's something different. Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, do you remember the Columbia House record?
I was a part of all that.
Yeah, that was quite an infusion. I remember, like, I was right on the brink, and then all of a sudden you get like 12 or 13 in one shot.
Oh, I know.
Then you're happening.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. It was crazy. It was fun.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to like that. It's just incredible.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's wild. So then when did you kind of get serious, if you did, about it and just saying, hey, I can actually do this? Yeah, well,
I spent a lot of time just in my room. Either it was I was singing because I'm a vocalist. That's like my major thing is the vocals. And I spent a lot of time singing to these records and things that I enjoyed singing to and playing just by myself. Not a lot of going out with the friends and this and that. Yeah. I was in that room working it. I didn't know I was working, but but I was working and I enjoyed it so much. Yeah. So that's what I was doing. And then when I got to be bar age, you know, that I could actually go out and play, I put this band together that was horrific. And we had a couple of gigs, and then it went from there, you know. You hop from here to there, and I've played with some really, really great people. So
that's cool.
It's been fun. Covers, originals, strictly covers, all whatever, you know, was going on. That's what I did.
Yeah, whatever it took. Yeah, that's cool. What were I don't know, like your first set list? What could it have been?
Oh my God, I can't even remember the first one. It probably
Yeah, right.
don't even want to know.
Yeah,
Kind of like I'm Your Captain,
sure,
stuff
sure,
like that.
sure,
you know,
sure.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah,
That's the 3/4. You know.
Yeah.
So
Nothing
like
in
that.
nothing in F. No F.
Hope not. Anyway.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Killer. And then you decide at some point you're like, I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to be in a band. Do my own thing, or how did it happen?
Well, there was kind of that. It kind of came to that because, and I can't go into details here really too much because I love my friends, but
sure.
Yeah, you get to a gig, you're on time, do the show, you're not picking up everybody's equipment at the end because they're not there anymore.
Right.
In many ways, maybe.
Yeah, right. Sure.
So I was just like, what I want to do is I want to have, I want to be respected, I want people to know that I'm going to be there, to do what I do and leave and, be on time, all of those things. So at that time in 2006, when I just went pure solo, that's what I wanted to have people see me as a reliable and
right.
and highly talented.
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So so I did that, but in between, I have played with other people and stuff like that, and I once in a while I will do a Spanish original show.
Oh wow, that's cool.
So with a whole band complement.
Yeah.
So that's called Vagabond Bandito, and I do that. Oh wow!
So you kept that whole thing all along.
Yeah, because
that's cool.
I started just writing these tunes, and I'm like, this would be great in Spanish, so I would just make it into Spanish.
And that's different.
Absolutely.
Not everybody's doing that, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the last show I did, it was asked of me to play on October 11th in New London of last year, and that's my dad's birthday.
Oh.
So I just did a whole dedication show to my parents and stuff. It was pretty cool and very heartfelt, and it was very special to do that.
And then, like you say, with requests, you're like, hey, Spanish only show.
That's right.
Why not? Yeah, that's killer. Yeah, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to hear that too often. That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, I like variety anyway, so it kind of just makes me think in a different way.
Sure.
When I'm writing in Spanish than I'm writing in English, there's a difference in what I'm putting out.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's it's kind of like, and I know this happens too when I'm speaking in Spanish because I speak fluently as well, thanks to my parents.
Sure.
That I just think differently. You think differently, you express differently.
Yeah, so, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Just because of the language.
Yeah, and it's not worse in English or better.
Right.
It's just different.
Yeah, sure.
It's different.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. So things can be expressed in another language, in like you say, in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Are there some things that cannot? I guess probably because of language, right? That can't be. Is there like a particular mood or I don't know, something that you can't express in English in quite the same way?
Well,
it's kind of a weird question.
It is, but I get it. I think that in Spanish, just the language itself is more like it's flowing and more passionate, perhaps, that you can really put that passion into the Spanish stuff. That in English, it could be passionate, but it's not. It doesn't have that
something
thing
about
to grab you like that.
That's interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, now you got me thinking. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Yeah. Now you got me thinking.
Don't think.
Yeah. No.
Just do.
Yeah. No thinking. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No thinking. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So just more of the same? Like, what's next? You're just going to kind of do your thing.
Well, right now, and it's been years, I've been
Yep.
working with Fever Barn Recording in Killingworth, and we've been putting together a record. In fact, I don't know, do you know Ryan Newman, the
No.
blues guitarist? Well, shout out to Ryan
Okay.
Newman.
All right.
He's amazing. You
Okay.
would be like,
Put him on my radar. Yeah.
I will. He's an amazing blues guitarist. He's about maybe 28 now, but I met him when he was much younger. So this project, which started years ago, it was because this producer that used to have studios in New York City, and he's retired now, and he wanted to do something, so he's got a studio like in his back area.
Sure.
Nice, yeah, it's pretty nice studio back there. And he found me one day. I was playing down in like old Saybrook Library or something,
Yeah.
you know, doing my thing. And he's just like, what, you know, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm playing, you know. So he's like, I'd like to record you. I'm like, yeah, this guy, you know, it's just like all the millions of other people that are just like, I got this and I'm going to give you that and do this and whatever. He turned out to be the real deal.
Oh, cool.
And he also found Ryan as well and recorded a whole record of his as well as a record of mine, where there's a little cross-pollination between he and I. So he's on my record and I'm on his record a little bit. And so this project has been taking a while, and it was like pre-COVID and then COVID, and then the poor guy, he was ill for a while in the hospital. So we're at the tail end of actually putting this together.
Oh, nice.
So long story short, it's like retro covers kind of and originals.
Oh, wow.
So the Spanish also in there.
Wow. So it's like everything.
It's got a bunch of everything in there.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So I'm excited about that. I'm just wanting to see the end of it. Actually, it's been so long that, you know, but I've worked with like incredible people. He had access to a lot of really cool people to work with. So I don't know if you know Scott Spray, bass player. Scott Spray, Bobby Torello, and Mario Sprouse. He's a arranger. He arranges stuff. He used to arrange for like Diana Ross and stuff. So these are big time people that have played. Vic Washington, I don't know if you know him, but he's a great keyboard guy. So yeah, I've been blessed. So whatever happens with the project, I'm hoping for many things with it. But I got to like really work with these huge pros, you know. And even the producer, you get to know me over the years, and we you know, confer. What does this sound like to you? You know, like I'm a part of, because I have to. I can't just let somebody, unless it sounds spectacular right off the get-go, that I'm good with it. There's a lot of things that I hear, a lot of things that, you know, mix-wise and stuff like that. So it's nice because I've gained the respect of all of them.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
So when they hear like what you want to do, then they're like, oh yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vision. That's a thing.
It sure is.
You know,
it sure is.
Not everybody has it. You know.
No. When I did my first record, that was in 2007, all original record, The Red Is Becoming. By the end of the project, I was like, it's just not sounding right. It doesn't sound the way I want it to, you know. I don't know why that would be. So, you know, Vic Steffens down at Horizon. So Vic Steffens was, he did part of the project with me at the very end there. And he was like, Arlene, I can't believe you're saying that after all this time. I'm like, I just don't feel it in my, like how I want to feel it.
Yeah.
It's, you know, the song is all done. It's all there, but there's a mixing issue. There's something that it's sharp. It doesn't sound like I want it to sound creamy, you know. So he was pretty smart, and he said, I want to hear some of the music that you like.
Sure.
So I came down with a bunch of
Sure.
different tracks and stuff, and he listened to them all, and he saw that all of them had a similar EQing about them.
Okay.
And he applied it to the record, and then it was just like
Oh, nice.
wonderful.
Nice.
It was like so good.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I had Pat Russo played guitar on that.
I work
too.
for Pat.
Yeah,
Teach for Pat. Yeah.
love him.
Oh yeah.
Love him.
Yeah, Pat's the best.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's wild.
yeah, and yeah. So you're always learning along the way, which is great, you know. And it's not that I have to have it my way,
Right.
you know. But I think that when I express what it is, then they're listening. They're like, oh yeah, you know, maybe. You know,
right,
maybe
right.
She's got a point. You know?
Yeah, yes. You got something that you're bringing to it for sure.
So I got really great sound from Horizon Studios. I really did, and Vic and I love Vic. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, Vic. I don't even know if you would know, but I mean, Vic pretty much invented me musically. You know, my mom took me in actually for bass lessons where Jake's used to be. I don't remember what it is now, but you remember Music Inc. on the dining side, and I wanted to play bass because Gene Simmons played bass.
Of course,
that was
did.
good enough for me, and took a couple of bass lessons and was not that good, but there were drums in the room and I was banging around on them one day before the bass teacher came. And he was like, you should just play drums. And he went upstairs and got Vic, who was there. And I was probably, 11 or 10 or 11 years old or whatever. And that's how it started kind of crazy.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I knew I was figuring it out and probably starting to take lessons in school, which was cool. But yeah, Vic just like straightened me out. Like it was just like, okay, because did you know that he was a drummer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, some people don't even know that, but but he pretty much told me everything I needed to know. And then when he was kind of starting to retire from playing and get into the studio business, he would just send me in to do some of these gigs that he didn't want to do. So that's how I got all my very first beginning experiences was his gigs that he was like, send the kid in. And I didn't know what I was doing at all, but I figured it out. I mean, I think he knew you'll figure it out. Just keep your mouth shut, pay attention to what they're telling you, and you'll be fine. Right. And I kind of ended up being fine after a while. But I mean, I don't know if I would have made it out of the basement. I probably would have made it out of the basement eventually, but not in the same way without him. It wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, that's like
very generous.
Who would ever think, It was like so like be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah,
for especially what you were gonna be really, really great at,
Yeah, who knew?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
No, we don't have to figure it out. It just happened. So
yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, I was glad because, like I say, I know. I know a lot of great players that did get that experience, but I guess the story is different for everybody, however they gain it. But I mean, I know plenty of players that didn't gain that kind of experience or the right kind of experience at the right time, and I did because of him. So
yeah,
it happens.
Yeah,
and that happened in Wallingford, Connecticut.
Yeah, go Wally World.
Where everything happens. You know what I mean?
Everything
happens.
The universe is like,
Kinda.
I think it's the home of the whole space.
It's its own universe.
It's
that's
its
for
own
sure.
universe.
That's
See,
for
you
sure.
said it
That's
better
for
than
sure.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a great place. It still is. It's one of those towns that hasn't really changed very much in its.
I guess not.
I don't know. A lot of people still live there that were there when I was a kid. See, when I graduated high school, I thought people would just be like, I'm out of here, and they go far, and they experience life and all of this stuff, and I'm just like, what are you guys still doing here? I thought that.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be gone,
Yeah.
It was like, No, we love it. We
Yeah,
love it.
I
It's
never
good.
left. I felt like I should have. I mean, I don't live there now, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have a theory, at least back then, musician wise. I don't know if we're talking about about regular people now, but you could, back in the day when I was kind of, working the circuit, you could play all of New England and do one-nighters anywhere from, starting from Connecticut. You can go from Maine to D.C. and be home that night. So, it's not a bad place to be.
Yeah.
You have access to New York City.
Yeah.
It's not that far. You got access to Boston. Providence.
Sure. It's close to everything, really.
It kind of is,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I suppose there's that, but I don't know. Yeah, something about Wallingford has a gravitational pull.
It does.
Worst places to be.
Absolutely.
It's conveniently located.
I like it. I still go there quite often. So
Yeah.
It's nice.
Funny.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
So, waiting for that record to get done.
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah. Getting there.
It's getting there. We're just shoring up the last few songs that I made the mistake of playing a song while the producer was seeing me play somewhere, and he goes, "That's gotta go on the record." I'm like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
The
have
next
to
record.
go. Yeah, the next record.
That's funny.
So yeah, so we're just, like I said, doing the final kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it'll be out soon.
Yeah.
It'll be out soon.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. What else you got?
So I'm also working on. I'm very much into frequencies and healing and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
So I'm putting together a record of frequency music.
Oh,
No real vocals per se,
Yeah,
but keyboard stuff and all of that, to help people in studying and if they just want to get into the zone,
Yeah.
to listen to this kind of stuff. So I've studied a lot about that.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah, because outside of being a musician, I'm also a magnetic mind coach.
Whoa. What does that mean?
It means I help people access their goals and desires by using different levels of consciousness.
Whoa. Yeah. No, I'm down with that.
Yeah, it's good. It helps people that are kind of stuck and really want something, but they just can't seem to get there.
Wow. Magnetic. I don't know what does that mean?
It means you're attracting what you want.
I got you.
Yeah. I don't use magnets. People think they're going to go in there and they're going to be like, putting magnets all over their body, which I'm sure is something that is done, but I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
How'd you get involved in that?
Right before COVID,
Yeah.
I was introduced to this program. This guy, Christopher Duncan, who is the founder of this particular type of technique to help people. And he has this thing called a recode process, and you actually recode information that's in the superconscious field. So when you come see me, I'll explain it all to you.
Okay, all right. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm almost there.
So I had the process done on me, on his online programs and whatever, and I was like, oh my God, this stuff really works. It's really helping me. Wow. So I just fell in love with that, and he's got a lot of other different techniques and different things.
Where's he from?
He's from Australia.
Oh, wow, okay.
Mm-hmm. Originally New Zealand, I think, but
I'm not going to have any Australian tell me what to do, just so you know.
Yeah, they're upside down. They're down at the bottom of the world. What do they know?
I'm kidding. I love Australians.
I'm kidding, too.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, too.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. That's one of my favorite bands. They're Australian.
Awesome.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So I took his course.
Yep.
And there's a story that goes with that. It was like one of those right place, right time things. It's just a story for a different time, perhaps. But I fell in love with the process, and I've been helping people of all walks of life with it. So I have an office in Middletown that I see people there, or I do virtual stuff and just really help people get moving.
Wow.
You know?
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to move.
Well, I know you don't want to move.
Maybe I do want to
But
move.
I'm going to make you move.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool, though.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a thing.
That's a thing, yeah, and it's
that's
pretty
cool.
powerful stuff.
Yeah.
I can only gauge it by my client's ability to get to point A to point B.
Yeah,
you know?
That's cool.
And really, that's all you want to do is, at first, just get from where you are to the next step.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, people like, I would say me, you, like creative people, we don't even know, sometimes don't even think about that. You're just creating something and you're making something. Sometimes people put the importance so much that they want to create this thing that they put up blocks to it, because it's so, I really, really, really want it. And then they're afraid that they're going to get it. So there's some subconscious beliefs.
I see.
That block them from doing it.
Oh, boy.
So
yeah.
I clear those up for you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, yeah, I don't know. You got me thinking. I mean, I think I know what my deal is, but who knows? Who really knows?
You don't. That's another thing about it is that you might spend all this time trying to fix something that is not even what's affecting you, and there's so many things that could be affecting you.
Yeah, right. Interesting.
And it doesn't matter what it is, as long as you feel better about doing your project. That's all that we care about.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So that's kind of new for you, kind of. Although pandemic's been a while. It's been a while.
I've been 4 years now doing that.
That's cool.
I've been at the office. I got an office over a year and a half ago, because I needed to just have that space to just see people and shut the door. And I do music there too. So I got 2 sets. I got the computer on this side that's all music, and then my other computer for whatever
that's cool.
else, Yeah.
Got a little something going on.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Cool. You got anything you want to talk about? We're not close. I do have wrap up questions when we get closer.
Okay.
But I don't know enough to know. Oh boy.
No. No, I was just going to say that I've had my challenges with being a musician and all of those things, but I'll never, ever trade it for anything else. I mean, it totally is who I am, at least that part of me. That's who I am, know? And it's helped me with being confident and being a happier person to have this specific thing that I do that, other people do, but not the same as me. That's the way it is with everything, obviously. Nobody does things exactly the same as somebody else.
Sure.
But I feel that it has brought me really great things in my life because of doing that.
Yeah. No, I think that's true too.
Yeah.
I think about it sometimes, spend a lot of time thinking about what I wish it was, how it wasn't, why it wasn't, who it wasn't, how much time I spent on this or that. And then in the end, as I get older, I go, I made a lot of friends, in a different kind of way than other ways that you would make friends somehow. It's like a different channel. And it's like, I like this channel better than, I don't know how normal people make friends, to be honest with you. It's like most of my friends are music related or something like that. And it's like, those are all the good ones though.
Absolutely.
Because I think, a lot of those years, I don't know what they amounted to in some kind of way. But on the other hand, you're just like, oh yeah, but, a lot of friends and they're all interesting, different people. And it's fun. It's, it's a better, like I say, I don't know how regular people, like, what do you just hang out with people at work or something? I don't know what they do.
I don't have a job like that either.
Right, me neither. Yeah, so you don't know either. I'm asking you.
But, but
that's the gift to me. I just go, okay, so that's kind of what you were doing. Even though you thought you were pursuing this or that, it was like you're making connections along the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Well, I deliberately do that as well. I belong to this success club. It's called the Global Information Network.
Whoa.
And I've met people from all different parts of the world.
You know that's gin, right?
Yes,
They're
it
not,
is
okay,
gin.
Okay, all right. They're not being funny.
They're not being funny.
Like global, international. What did you say?
Information network.
You know what I mean? And then you're like, oh no, it's gin.
No, it is gin.
Yeah.
And I don't like gin.
Yeah.
I like vodka.
Oh, okay.
If anybody wants to give me some, don't give me gin because
don't
it's
ask.
just
Don't dare Dave. He'll have vodka in this room immediately.
I
Good
won't.
thing he's
I
not
won't.
here.
That's.
Don't be here
See?
on Fireball Friday. That's all I'm saying. You don't want to be here. I don't come here then.
So this club that I belong to is success-oriented people, different businesses. It doesn't matter what business you are in, and it's total personal development. And then you meet so many people.
Yeah.
You know, and you never know. I've done projects with some other people. There's musicians there. There's all kinds of people, and we go to different places 4 times a year, and just like it's nice to see people that I've known. I started in 2010, so I've known them for 15 years, and you know I know them.
Sure.
You know, I don't go over their house or anything. Well, some are in Connecticut. Some of the people, but to have that personal development, especially with my the healing work that I do, the more I can be in touch with myself, my higher self, the better I can do my job. And with music too, of course, you know, because there's a conduit. You're just connected.
Sure.
So, so that's helped me too.
What defines successful people? You know,
it's different for everybody, I guess. You know, some people got to have the big houses and the big this and that, and you know, for me, success is just having that bliss, inner peace, just feeling as good as I can every day. And I think that to me, that will give you everything else that you want.
Sure,
you know?
Sure. The people in this gin, how do they define it? In the same kind of way? Is it, like you say, a spiritually, well, I don't know if that's the right word. Because when you say successful people.
Yeah, well, there's different.
You know what I mean?
There's some people that they have the cars, they have the jewelry, they have the, you know.
But it's secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because after you've been in this club and learning for the longest time, you come to the realization that material stuff is not the stuff that's going to bring you happiness.
Sure.
You got to be happy.
I want to be the one person though. You want to go, it would make me happy, so I want the stuff to prove that I would be fine. No. Yeah, you always think that. I know. I can't even.
Stuff is great. Stuff is great though. It's okay. It's all right.
Are these people the Illuminati?
They're not the Illuminati.
Okay. All right. Okay.
No.
I just want to make sure.
Mm-mm.
That would be.
No.
What if they? Would you know if they were? What if you're in the Illuminati and you don't know it? I'm being silly. Obviously.
Well, it's okay. I wouldn't know probably, but they have good parties. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Just kidding. But it is. It's kind of like the secret society for the regular people. You're never going to get into these skull and bones and all of that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Where networking that's super important. You're in there, you can get whatever deal you want, you can do whatever you want. But for the layman, this is the thing to do if that's something that you're interested in. You know,
cool.
And
you never know.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, I was thinking not to be. I've never done this. This is kind of, I guess, somewhat relevant. Just as a reminder, I know it's so simplified, and I do not in any remotely any way want this to be construed as anything political. But when you realize that Elon Musk, the richest person in the world apparently, is depressed and needs ketamine, which is fine. I know it's a legit treatment. And to me, it just illustrates that money can't mean anything. It's because you're like, dude, you're the guy and you have the same problems that I do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
For whatever, it kind of
absolutely
flips your head a little bit because you always think I would be fine if I had, and you're like,
that's not.
You're either fine or you're not.
Sure.
So,
yeah, absolutely. It's not all of that. It's where are you coming from? You know, from yourself, from your higher self, from your heart. you know, and really in these other things that obviously I know that he's got some Asperger's or some kind of thing, some whatever category of whatever of genius, because he's a genius, and with that brings all of this stuff, you know, where you just, you know, it's difficult, and the money is nothing.
Right. It's probably secondary.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know about to him, but I mean, to me, I would rather be healthy and feeling good, and you know, and the rest will come if it is to be. So
well, not to pry or anything, but was there any particular event or time in your life, do you feel like you were always headed towards this kind of mindset, or was there a period where you kind of started turning towards this way?
I think I always kind of thought about things in a different way.
Okay.
And like when we were kids, we had a lot of access to books and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And we had a lot of books about different things like ESP, and it was really kind of cool things to look into and whatever. And obviously science fiction and just different ways of thinking about stuff. Yeah. Where I think I was always like kind of destined to come this way. I just didn't know what that meant. You know?
Yeah, that's cool. Definitely interesting. All right. Well, you know what? We could get close to wrap-up questions now. Is there anything we didn't talk about real quick? I don't want you to think. Okay, picture that. Here's a visualization for you. So picture yourself tomorrow going, I should have. Here's that moment. You're in that moment now.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
I should have.
I mean, you can always come back too. I'm just saying.
Then I'll write down all my I should have.
Well,
you can check out my website, ArleneWow1.com for my schedule.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Yep. If you like what you heard about the other stuff, the Magnetic Mind, you can go to beittoseeit.com.
Okay.
And so I'm there as well. What other things? I will, I don't know. I think I'll always be playing music, and, you know, it's nothing that I feel that I would want to retire from, you know.
Yeah, right.
There were times in my life I was just like, I quit. I can't take it anymore. And then the next day you're like, got the guitar on. What am I doing, you know?
Yeah.
It's in me, and I want to give what I can. And it's the easiest way for me to give is to play music for people. And bring some nice energy.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, I wanna see smiles on people's faces. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like really.
I don't. I don't bring a lot of. I should probably bring more smiles. I
when you leave, is that?
But I'm not there to see it. Yeah, I'm not there to see it. That's the problem. How did Arlene Wow? What's that all about?
Okay, that's a great question.
You know what I mean?
That's a great question, because I was like, no, that's not going to be my name. You know? Okay. But my friends were like, every time we see you, we're like, wow, so you should just call yourself Arlene Wow, just nice. Be Wow. And I'm like, no. And then I did it just kind of like a joke, and then it stuck.
It does kind of, it's catchy.
Because people don't remember last names, really.
Right.
You know,
sure.
so.
Yeah, no, it works. I mean, it's cool.
Works.
I think it works. Yeah, and you just give in.
I just gave in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Finally, I was exhausted. I'm like, come on, you know, this is just. Dumb.
Yeah, but it's good. At least they're not like Arlene. No,
Arlene, no,
or whatever.
Whoa,
right. Yeah, or however you spell Arlene. However that would be.
Right.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might as well go with it.
Yeah.
It does work. It works. It's cool.
Has worked, and people can remember.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh yeah, and then it's like a challenge though, because then you have to prove it, right? I mean, in your mind, you go, all right. Yeah, I'm going to show you. Wow,
I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
that's why.
Do the thing.
Well, they kept telling me, so then I believed them. It could be all a lie. I don't know.
Well, doubtful.
No, it's
that's
good stuff.
Cool. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
5 of your favorite albums. that if you could, the term is desert island albums. I use that term, but it gets confusing because people are like, is there electricity on the desert island? Has nothing to do with it. It's just a thing that people say. So now I'm just saying 5 favorite albums. That's a better way to put it.
5 of them, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
About.
Well, the old Santana Abraxas.
Okay. That you never get tired of
that I never get tired of.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, I do like this band, Stick Figure.
Oh, wow. I don't know.
Yeah, they're reggae out
cool.
of probably California or Hawaii area.
Yeah.
Any of their albums.
Somewhere
are great.
Marijuanical. They're from a
They're Marijuanical.
Marijuanical place.
Yeah, and it's very soothing, kind of really, really good stuff. And you should check it out. What else? If I throw this one out, I don't know which album, though, and you're going to go, wow, that's really different. Olivia Newton-John,
Sure.
Something by her, because I really learned how to sing.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, she's a great singer.
Absolutely, and could really, tell a story in a way, you know, with her voice. So anything by her. Oh my God, ABBA. ABBA's greatest hits. Heart, Little Queen.
Sure.
Yeah. And I didn't say, well, that's 4 almost.
Yeah, whatever. There's no rules.
I was in a Heart tribute band. I was
nice.
the Ann Wilson, and I, and I was like, there's no way, Ann Wilson is Ann Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
But we pulled it off. We did it, and that was a few really great years.
Yeah.
Doing that. So that's kind of, I could do those. I do guy and girl vocals.
Cool.
What else? Probably a Beatles record.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I know Heart's one of those bands. I always liked them, obviously. Mm-hmm. And then you get older and you realize, as I get older and go back, you realize that it's better than you thought even. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, this was really, really good.
Yeah, the arrangements and the guitar playing. And that's what I really enjoyed about that era of music was, and even if you do the disco groups, incredible musicians, incredible bass, guitar, drums, everything. And that's what really makes something have longevity, is to have that quality of musicianship in there.
Right. The style is not as important as the quality.
Exactly. If something is good, it's good. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's kind of what I feel. Yeah. So. Yeah. What could you eat every day? Desert island food.
Oh my God, what could I eat every day?
Just one thing. When you eat it and you just go, I'd be good with this every day. Is it possible?
What could I eat every day? Maybe peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, yeah. Why not? Yeah, I haven't had one of those in a while. Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly's good.
Yeah, there's something very Wallingford about that answer. I agree. Yeah, that's awesome. Is there a concert or a show that you saw that you can recall that blew your mind, that kind of flipped you? That comes to mind.
Well, at the time.
Yeah.
At the time. Aldo Nova.
Oh, wow.
When he came out with his first record.
Sure.
It was so good.
Wow.
It was so good. He was so great on that guitar and his vocals and everything. But I'm sure there's more. I'm not really thinking.
That you were like, I want to do that.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
I'll tell you. Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, sure.
And I didn't know who he was.
Yeah,
This was when he first started out. And it might have been like a triple bill, and Hart was playing as well.
Whoa.
Somebody else.
That's crazy.
I don't remember who this. I'm sorry about the somebody else that I don't remember. It wasn't Stevie Ray Vaughan. So we get there late, and it was in the New Haven Coliseum.
Okay.
Got there late. We got really bad seats. And you could just see this little guy, and he was I think he was sitting at the edge of the stage, and he was just wailing this guitar. And I was like, who is this guy? Who is he? It became my favorite.
Yeah, sure.
Like the whole package. He looked it.
Yeah.
He was it. He was it. Everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's one of those people, like, primarily a drummer, it had an impact on me. I couldn't help but, like when his thing came around, I was all in. Yeah. So I get it. Not even being remotely a guitar player, I still was like, into it for sure. So
I saw Rush many times. Sure. So, that they just do their own thing, which was always unique.
Yep.
And
yep.
just three guys. So
yep.
It was really cool.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. You made it. We did it.
Wow.
It's cool.
I was sweating.
Nah, it was fine. No, it was perfect. Yeah, it was cool. Any famous last words? I mean,
if you can dream it, you can do it.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right there.
Ow. Sorry. Did you hear that?
What happened? I
don't
old
know.
bones?
Yeah, something old. Something old happened. I don't even know what. I don't know what.
Oh, my foot just fell off. Oh, I'll put it back on.
Yeah. I just had let the record show. I hope this is. I got a massage today because my back was killing me, and she's like, I've never seen anything like this, and I'm like, that's not what I want to hear. So I actually have got to go to a doctor. She's like,
no,
yeah,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be
no,
laughing.
it's fine.
Oh my
no,
God.
I'm fine. But she's like, I'm not even really sure what's going on.
Oh man.
Okay.
It's all that rock and roll, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Bringing equipment in and out.
Not sitting up straight. Mm-hmm. Tech neck. That's what they call it.
Tech neck.
You know what I mean? I've been. We'll talk about what I've been doing.
All right.
But a lot of, and that adds up. Anyway.
It does. It does.
Yep. All right. ArleneWow was here. Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah. Well, why not? I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, your name came up a few times, and I finally was like, you know what? Let's do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Got it. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you coming by. Hey, John Peckman Podcast, Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance, beautiful downtown Portland. Come over the bridge, go through one set of lights, pull a Yui, park in front of the music store with the red neon light. We have music lessons. We have vinyl. We have a podcast studio that you could do your very own podcast here. Just Dave will tell you how if you listen long enough. And ArleneWow was here. Thank you very much. Hey, Wallingford represent.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yep. Never leave. Wallingford, never leave. That should be. We'll talk to Vinny. That should be the thing. Wallingford, you'll never leave. All right. See you later, kids. That is all.
If you'd like to start your own podcast, give us a call at Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance. Our professionally designed podcast space is here for all your recording needs. Rent out our studio to do interviews with up to 4 people, to record audiobooks, social media content, and all other recorded material. Our rentals include a private studio along with our professional-grade podcasting equipment, and we can customize your output to whatever your needs are. We also have green screen capabilities, which will expand to video capability if you so wish. So check us out here at convalley.net/podcast.